First time we've had a tennis discussion here on NE10 now. We go down to Adelphi and talk to Marko Jovanovic, who leads the Adelphi Panthers at the top of the standings right now in the conference, also the co-player of the year in the NE10 a season ago. Marko, thanks for stopping by. Congratulations on another great season so far.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Tell me first off, let me go way back and then we'll get to the here and now. How did you wind up at Adelphi?
Yeah, as pretty much a lot of tennis players, I've been playing all my life. I actually started playing very young. I was 4, if I believe, when I picked up a racket for the first time. And with years, we were playing a lot of tournaments. I figured out that going to college, as for people that don't know, I come from Serbia, from Europe. And I figured out that the most beneficial end up of my tennis career would be to try going to the United States to continue my both athletic and academic career at a university. Adelphi came up as a perfect option for that. Great location, great school, great tennis program. From the early beginnings, made great connections and great relationships with all the people in the university, coaching staff, teammates. So in this last 3 years have, in my opinion, have been very successful both on and off the court. And but there's still way to improve for the next year and a half. So hoping to get that in the end.
You came to the States before Adelphi though, right? You went to high school and down in Florida?
Yes. I finished my junior and senior year of high school in Sarasota, Florida. Not gonna lie, that was just the decision surely based on my goal to end up in college. So I thought by graduating from high school, I would prepare in the best way for university in America, and it ended up being true. I'm grateful for all the 2 years that I spent there in Florida, and also the last 3 years at Adelphi could been nothing but success.
How hard is that? Because at that point you're 14, 15 years old and you're thinking, all right, this is what I want. And in order to get myself there, I'm going to hop on a plane and fly 7 hours, 8 hours away and pursue my dream.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. It's pretty hard, not gonna lie. As you said, being 14, 15 is much different than 18, 19 when you're going to college. So at that age, I haven't been separated from home, from family for more than a month or two in my whole life. So it's been a pretty hard decision, but I always thought if you have a goal, if you put your priorities straight, you will be able to overcome it at the end. And that's how it was. It wasn't easy. It was hard. It's still hard. I still like going home, even though I enjoy my time at Adelphi as much as well as I ever did as well. But being separate from home at such a young age is surely a challenging thing. But at the end, it ended up successfully.
How do you overcome that? Like what are the difficulties of that and how did that make you grow and turn you into the person that you've become?
As I think with the question you answer a lot of things. It helps you grow as a person significantly. Just being pushed on a different continent with people that you never saw in your life, far away from home, without living alone ever in your life before, forces you, even though you want it or not, forces you to mature as a person, to grow as a person. I think it really helped me as well. As we said, being in high school and in college here helped a lot in both tennis and the academic aspect, but also from the personal aspect, I felt I grew as a person. And I think that's maybe something even more beneficial than the official academic and athletic achievements by itself.
Was there something about America when you got here that you were like, I didn't expect that, or oh, that actually is how it is, or what did you learn as you were exposed to a new country and a new culture?
There are a lot of big and small things, I would say. There are small culture differences in terms of food, in terms of everyday life that you see in the street. It's just everything is different, considering that we're very far away. Serbia is very far away. As you said, by a plane, it takes me at least 8, 9 hours to get here. Other than that, there are bigger cultural differences in the way of understanding people and their understanding their habits, their thoughts, their mentality. Mentality is completely different as well. So when you come here, I would say from far away, you have that little barrier from connecting with other people just because of those cultural differences. But again, you got to force yourself to understand them as well, understand that it's normal, that it's different. And after that, you grow great connections. And now I can say that I have as good of pool of friends and people around me as I have back home in Serbia.
Tell me about getting to Adelphi as well, because I feel like you're outside New York City. You're on Long Island. You've got the world at your fingertips. I feel like that's a really cool place to be, especially coming from another country to come study and play in the States.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that was a significant factor in choosing to come to Adelphi. Obviously, as you said, being in New York, you're in the capital of the world, probably. New York is probably the capital of the world. Everything that happens big happens in New York. And it's been a factor in deciding to come here, both from academic part, obviously in the future career, whatever I choose to work on, New York gives the best opportunity. So that was certainly a significant factor. And also from the experience, just to say, if I could think like before I went to America, there I'm gonna be living in New York, maybe I wouldn't believe it as much, but now it became possible. I'm very happy about it.
You said you picked up playing tennis at about 4 years old.
Correct.
Uh, this may be a silly. I feel like this is like the stereotypical Serbian tennis question. Uh, did you look up to Djokovic growing up? Was he
Of
just the
course.
guy that he's the icon?
Of course, that was the when I was growing up, obviously. So I was 4 years old in 2007, 8. That's when Novak started, Djokovic starting to be very good, starting to be a legend, starting to be the champion. And that made a huge wave of new tennis players in Serbia. I was one of them. Those years were the peak tennis years in Serbia. There were so many junior players, so many people starting playing tennis, and surely a significant percentage of the reason I started playing tennis is because of that. So yeah, Djokovic is and will be not only the symbol of tennis in Serbia, but also probably around the world as well now.
Do people grow up trying to model their games after him?
For sure, for sure. It's just I think normal. Every sport you want to mimic your idols. Novak, especially in Serbia, is not only the idol on the court, but also off the court with all the things he does. So people not only try to imitate him while playing tennis, but also by the man he is, which I think I can only say good words about it.
What parts of his game have you tried to take and inject into your own?
I think just the mentality of fighting that it's the match is never lost until it's actually lost, until the last point is played. So even though if things are not going well, if you're getting frustrated on the court, the fact that the match point has not been lost yet means that you're still in play and that you should never give up. And even when you do, congratulate the opponent and move on to the next one.
Tell me about how that's translated to when you've gotten to the States. Obviously, it's gone very well for you in your career at Adelphi. We mentioned off the top, co-player of the year in the conference a year ago. Adelphi is in a great spot again here late in the season in 2024. What's worked for you on the court since coming to the States?
Just like I said, that thing of never giving up is probably the biggest fact. I don't like talking about the success in terms of the personal success. I like to say that as a team, since my freshman year, now I'm a junior, the last 3 years, we grew every year. And that fact that we never gave up was significant in that part of the success. We started off as a team that maybe the others didn't see as favorites to win the conference. We weren't in the preseason polls. We were never leading high up when I came. Now we are the ones that in the first year we made a little bit of a grow. In the second year we made a grow, becoming the co-regular season champions as well. Now in the third year we're on the way to repeat that title of regular season champions and push for playoffs. I think that playoffs can be the one step ahead that we can do again. And I'm happy that we still have something to work on, somewhere to grow, but also on the fact where we came from to think about it from now. I think that's a very big success.
You guys have been great on the court, but I know you take a lot of pride off the court as well. Talk to me about why you guys are so successful all around, and how you guys wind up with the best GPA amongst all the teams at Adelphi.
Yeah, that's if not, I wouldn't say it's the bigger success than what we did in the tennis, but by having, as you said, the one of the highest or the highest GPA in our department really means that we're good all around, that we are student athletes, that we're both students and athletes equally, as I think Division II promotes very well, having both students, having that phrase of student athlete where each word represents has equal weight on what it means. So I think we're a great group of guys. very good in classroom, very good in tennis, and also we get along very well, which for me personally I couldn't find a better place to be in.
I know you interned back home over the summer. What do you want to do once your time on the tennis court is done, academically?
That's quite a sad question, I would say. I've played tennis, as you said, since I was 4. I
I'm
would
gonna play
never.
tennis as long as I can. Yeah.
Yes, I want to play tennis as long as I can. Obviously, realistically, as we all know, we're going to start doing other things as well once we graduate. My plan is to stay in the United States as much as I could, try to work in the industry that I'm studying. I'm studying accounting, minoring in finance. So in that kind of industry, I would like to stay in working, but also never leave tennis as much as I could. As much as the time gives me the opportunity to stay playing, I'll keep playing.
If you weren't a tennis player, what would you be playing?
Probably basketball or soccer. Basketball and soccer are two of the biggest sports back home in Serbia. I grew up playing them in school, out of school, every day, and those are sports that I still follow a lot. And I would probably be playing them if I didn't play tennis.
Marko, you guys will have a successful end of the 2024 men's tennis season in the NE10 if fill in the blank for me.
If we, that's a good question. We're gonna have a successful ending if we keep doing what we're doing. I think we're on the right track. Obviously, it's the end of the season. There's not room for relaxing. Now we should peak, but I think we're on the right way. If we keep doing what we're doing, we're going to have a successful ending of the season.
Marko, congratulations on the success so far. I appreciate you taking the time and looking forward to watching how you guys turn out.
Thank you so much, Joel. Thank you so much.